Project 5. I'm excited to be able to share with you guys. I hope you're doing well and enjoying the warmer weather. My name is Amanda Miller. I'm one of the middle school pastors here at Pathway, and I can't wait for you guys to join us in Impulse here in just a few weeks. We're super excited to have you guys jump into middle school, and I know last week Pastor Kyle was sharing with you guys about that transition, right? You're moving from, for most of you, moving from elementary school into middle school. It's a big deal. This is a transition that we want to celebrate and help you do as well as possible. Because anytime we start new chapters in our lives, it can be intimidating. There are things that we have questions about. Maybe you have concerns or even fears or doubts, like what is middle school going to look like? How am I going to handle this new season? What challenges lay ahead? And I can tell you from personal experience that it can be hard and intimidating to enter into that new phase. In fact, I myself am going through a new transition myself. While I've already done middle school, I am actually about to become a new mom, so that's what this belly's for. And it's intimidating. It's scary to enter into a new chapter. And I have a million questions. I want to know what it's going to be like to be a mom. I want to know how to handle things, what I need to be prepared for, what I need to have ready. There's a lot of questions going on in my mind. And something I have found really helpful as I've entered into this new phase is having experienced moms come alongside me. My sister, I've got a picture behind me. My sister is a mom of two girls and a boy. She's a mom of three, and she's been a wonderful source of encouragement and insight for me in this season. I know I can go to my sister and I can ask her any kind of question. Nothing is too silly or too simple. She's always there to support and encourage me. Basically, my sister is my mom mentor. And I think as important as that has been for me in this season, as you guys head into middle school, I want to encourage you guys to find a middle school mentor. Now, when I use the term mentor, what I really mean is somebody that is trusted in your life, an adult that you can turn to for advice. This person is going to be able to help you navigate the ups and downs that can come with middle school. A voice of reason, a voice of insight, somebody who's been there before and can help you walk through this new season of life. Now, mentors are amazing people, and they can take the form of a coach. Maybe it's a teacher you connect well with. Hopefully you guys have had a good experience in small groups in Project 5, so maybe it's a small group leader for you. But basically, it's an older adult or older student who can walk alongside you as you transition into this new phase in middle school. Now, the good news is the Bible is filled with tons of examples of awesome mentor relationships. If we were to go to the Old Testament, there's this really cool mentorship between the prophet Elijah and the one he mentors, Elisha. And so Elisha walks with Elijah, he learns from him, he gains experience and wisdom and knowledge, and then eventually he's able to do what he needs to do. Jesus is an amazing mentor, right? He took 12 guys under his wing. They lived life with him. He spoke wisdom and encouragement. Sometimes he had to push them outside their comfort zone. But Jesus mentored those men so that they could then go out and accomplish what they needed to. But one of my all-time favorite mentor relationships in the Bible is the Apostle Paul and Timothy. See, Paul is an amazing man, and he went out, he was a missionary, and he would travel from city to city. He had all these different journeys, and along the way, he would proclaim the good news of who Jesus was and help plant churches. And in fact, a lot of our New Testament was written by Paul. On one particular journey, Paul is going to meet a young man named Timothy, and he sees the potential in Timothy, and so he kind of takes him under his wing, and Timothy goes on a missionary journey with Paul, and so he learns alongside a guy who's been there, who's done this, and eventually Timothy becomes a pastor himself. What's really cool is Paul wrote letters to Timothy during different seasons, and we have two of those letters in the Bible. And so we can read 1st and 2nd Timothy, which are letters from Paul to his mentee, Timothy. And I just want to share something that Paul wrote to him, an encouragement that he said for Timothy. And this is found in 1 Timothy chapter 4, starting in verse 11. So in this letter, Paul is kind of reminding Timothy, like, hey, these are important things to tell your church. These are important things to hold on to. So starting in verse 11, he says, "Command and teach these things. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. Until I come, devote yourself to the public reading of Scripture, to preaching and to teaching. Do not neglect your gift, which was given to you through prophecy when the body of elders laid their hands on you." So what Paul is doing is he's encouraging Timothy. He's saying, hey, I've seen your giftings. I've seen what you're capable of, and I want to encourage you to continue doing that. I want to support you in that. In fact, he mentions, hey, I'm going to come. I'm going to visit you. And that's what a mentor is. It's someone who walks alongside you, that is there to encourage you, to lift you up, to help you through seasons of difficulty. Does that make sense for middle school, right? We have no idea what middle school will bring for you. Those next 3 years could be amazing and filled with awesome adventures, or you might have to navigate some pretty tough stuff. And so it's always helpful to have someone wiser and older walk alongside you. So my question is, who is a trusted adult or older student that can maybe walk alongside you in your middle school years? Can you think of someone? If so, that's awesome. And I encourage you to talk to them. If you've got questions, if you have concerns, let them know. Help them help you. If you're sitting there and you're like, I don't know who that might be. No one really comes to mind. That's okay. Maybe as you get into middle school, you'll meet a teacher, you'll meet a small group leader, you'll meet someone in those first couple weeks that can really come alongside you. And maybe this summer, one thing you can do is be praying about it. Ask God, hey, God, can you please bring someone into my life to help me walk through my middle school years? God doesn't want us to walk through life alone. He's created us for community. He's created us to have people in our lives to come alongside us. And so if we invite him in, if we ask him for that, I truly believe that he will provide someone to help you in middle school. I'm so excited for you guys. I'm praying for you guys. I hope you have a fantastic week.